So this movie Abruptio has really captured my imagination as of late. And so I just wanted to talk about it for a bit. It is a horror thriller about a man named Lester Hackle. And the basic premise is that Lester comes to find that a bomb has mysteriously been implanted into the back of his neck. He also starts receiving these mysterious text messages that are telling him to do all sorts of horrific things. And he quickly learns that if he does not do what he's been told, the bomb in his neck will explode and he will die. And it's actually not just him who's in this situation. In fact, there are many people who have got bombs in their necks, and they're all being manipulated into doing these heinous things. And as a result, the whole world is starting to turn to chaos. The initial reason that I wanted to watch this movie is because of the way that it looks. And as I'm sure you can probably already tell, this is a very unique looking movie. The puppetry is unlike anything that I've ever seen because they did use life-sized puppets for this. And this movie also goes in some pretty surreal and abstract directions. And again, I think the puppetry only enhances those elements. It kind of gives the movie more of an uncanny and dreamlike quality. Something that I really liked about Abruptio is that it kind of has this softer edge to it. And that's not to say the movie is not disturbing. It is a pretty disturbing movie at times. But what I mean by that is that the puppetry kind of softens the blow a little bit. And it kind of made me feel like I could just be safe in my own imagination. I do have some mixed feelings about the sense of humor in this movie. I think that sometimes the jokes landed, but other times not so much. And also there's just some noticeably low budget special effects. And again, I feel like this is something where, the low budget on occasion does have some charm to it, but also sometimes it just left me wanting something more. Overall, though, I really do appreciate this movie for kind of just going in its own way. This is not a movie that is catering to anyone. I would say it is a very singular vision. And to end this, I think I will just say that I found Abruptio to be deeply evocative. Sometimes I think the traumas of our own lives can feel just as chaotic as the events in a movie like this. And oddly enough, I would say that the puppetry and also some of the more surreal elements actually ended up making the movie feel more human to me. I felt I was able to connect with these characters in a way that I just don't think would have been possible at all if this movie were all done in live action. And for me, that's kind of what makes this movie a cut above. I think Abruptio is a hidden gem, and I think given enough time, it could easily also become somewhat of a cult classic, especially among more devoted horror fans. And even if you're not a big fan of horror movies, I would still recommend this movie to anyone who's got an interest in more transgressive styles of cinema.